take me out to the ball game. Swing, batter, swing, batter, swing, batter, swing. Swing, batter, swing, batter, swing, batter, swing, yeah. Swing, batter, swing, batter, swing, batter, swing. Swing, batter, swing, batter, swing, batter, swing, yeah. Hey, baby, do you come here often?
Hey, from the greatest city in the world, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hello, everybody. It's me, Mr. Brewtown. You are listening to the big show. We call it Brewtownsports. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook. On Twitter, it's Brewtownsports, and on Facebook, it's Mr. Brewtown. Don't forget about the Facebook group. It's called True Blue Brew Crew. Come on aboard, man. I'm telling you, just come on. Send us an invitation. We'll say, you're welcome. Come on in. You can chat about the Milwaukee Brewers. You give us your ideas on how the Brewers could be better. You can comment on how the Brewers aren't doing well. Whatever you want to do, just, kind of keep it positive, and don't come on and be a Cubs fan and talk, we won a World Series. Big deal. One. That's it. You're never going to win another one again. Don't be a Cardinals fan and come on and say, hey, Tony La Russa was the greatest manager the world has ever seen, because we all know that's not true. Come on, guys. If you want to join us, just go ahead and do it. You can also listen to the show at baseballtalkradio.com, Spreaker, Podomatic, Player FM, Stitcher, TuneIn, and iTunes.com, and the 405media.com, Super Live Talk, and Righteous Podcast. You can email the show at mrbrewtown78 at gmail.com, and when you do, I'll read them right here on the big show, and sometimes I'll read them in a funny voice. You never know. Hey, how about your Milwaukee Brewers? They're 8-7. I know. I mean, we're all excited about the Milwaukee Brewers being 8-7 because they started a road trip. It was a 9-game road trip. It ends today, and we're like, okay, the Brewers can't win. I mean, they're not going to come back from this road trip, and everybody's going to be saying, hey, it was a great road trip, because they're just young and they're inexperienced, and on the road is hard. And the Brewers just walked away with it. I mean, they're 6-2 on this road trip. That's pretty good. Last night, not so good. Jimmy Nelson gave up 4 runs. He couldn't get through the 6th inning, and the Brewers kind of self-destructed, and they lost the game, but they scored a lot of runs, and it was a positive game for the Milwaukee Brewers. They'll take on the Cubs today. The Cubs are 7-7 to start off the season. Tommy Malone, the big left-hander, is on the mound for the Milwaukee Brewers. He's 1-0 at a 7.36 ERA against Kyle Hendricks, who's 1-1 at a 5.73 ERA for the Chicago Cubs. Game time from formerly called Urine Stain Stadium. They're now back to calling it Wrigley Field. They painted over the urine stains. They did. They seriously did. No, beautiful job down there at Wrigley Field. I saw some of the video of the new Wrigley Field. Looks good. Looks good. You know, you guys are almost Miller Park. Almost. No, not even close. That's why so many Cubs fans come to Milwaukee when the Cubs play here at Miller Park. I'm serious. I know Wrigley Field is the vaunted Wrigley Field and all the history and everything else, and I get it. Trust me, I get it. I seriously get it. And the same thing with Fenway Park in Boston, but still, come on. Come on. It's game 16 of the season for the Milwaukee Brewers, road game number 9. They lost last night, but that's okay. It was a positive loss. Last 5 games are 3-2. Last 10 games are 6-4. Their home record is 2-5, and on the road, they are 6-2, so we like that on the road record so far to start off the season. Some of the Brewers news and notes: the Brewers lead the major leagues in home runs 27, doubles 34, extra base hits with 64, slugging percentage 477, and total bases 242. The team has homered in 10 consecutive games. That's 22 home runs, ladies and gentlemen. So they're doing it on home runs, doubles, and just getting on base. That's how you win in Major League Baseball if you want to have a big offense. You got to have a pitching staff to go along with it. The Brewers committed a season-high 3 errors on opening day versus Colorado. The team has recorded just 5 errors over the last 14 games since then, including none in the last 4 games. Eric Thames, everybody's talking about this guy who spent the previous 3 seasons playing in Korea. Now, just to let everybody know, and I've gotten a few comments online about this on how I said Eric Thames was not going to perform for the Milwaukee Brewers. I never said that. I said that he was one of the guys that I was worried about because they paid him a lot of money. I mean, they basically gave him a really good contract, guaranteed whatever else for 3 years. And they were basing it on the numbers that he put up in Korea, which is AA at best. And yes, he was the great player and he was the superstar over there, but it was AA. That's what I said. I was worried about that. But I also said that I hope that he got off to a good start, and he is off to a good start. He's batting .420. He's 20 for 47, 17 runs, 7 home runs, and 12 RBIs over his first 13 games. Now, when you take a look at how that ranks in Major League Baseball right now, he's in first place for runs. Extra base hits with 13. He's in first place. Total bases 47. First. Slugging percentage is an even 1,000. That's first. OPS is 1.491. That's first. He's tied for first in home runs. Batting average .426. He's tied for second. On base percentage, he's tied for fifth. Doubles, he's tied for fifth. And RBIs, he's tied for eighth. I'd love to see the RBIs a little bit more, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it from Eric Thames because I think Eric Thames is going to be one of these players that he'll go off on a streak like he's doing right now, and then he won't get anything. Kind of a Jeff Jenkins type player. But you'll take him when he's buying the big hits because Aguilar is going to be there to also play first base, and you're going to have to weave him into the lineup too. And right now Eric Thames can play the outfield, so that's a plus for the Milwaukee Brewers. He's hit safely in each of his 12 starts, breaking the franchise record to begin a season formerly held by Dickie Thon, 11 games back in 1993. Jacob Barnes and Corey Knebel have not surrendered a run this season over a combined 16 innings, while opponents are batting .098. That's pretty good. And those are 2 of the pluses on that pitching staff. 2 of the pluses on that pitching staff. And there's a couple other guys that are pitching, I think, better than what we had anticipated. When I say we, I mean everybody, because there's nobody was out there saying, oh, that Milwaukee Brewer pitching staff is going to be fantastic. We all knew it was going to struggle. We all knew that it needed some work. But a couple of guys are off to a good start. Dating back to last season, shortstop Orlando Arcia has gone 37 consecutive games without committing an error. His last error came back on September 5th of last year against the Chicago Cubs. Ryan Braun is a career .339 hitter with 107 runs, 31 home runs, and 113 RBIs against the Cubs. That's in 141 games in his career against the Chicago Cubs. Now, those sound like great numbers. Here's even greater numbers. .350, 96 for .274 with 49 runs, 13 home runs, and 58 RBIs in 68 games at Wrigley Field. So Ryan Braun loves to play against the Chicago Cubs. And all you teams that are looking at making a trade for Ryan Braun before the trade deadline, like the Los Angeles Dodgers, you can look at that and say, hey, wait a minute, we might have to play the Dodgers in the play. Ryan Braun kills the Dodgers. I'm just saying. Because this is what general managers look at, we would hope. Ryan Braun is the all-time franchise leader in home runs at .290. He's also in the top 5 in the following categories: RBI, extra base hits, runs, total bases, triples, stolen bases, doubles, at-bats, and hits. He's 5th overall with hits. So good start to the season for the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm pleased with it. This is a good, exciting team today, and I noticed that a lot of people that normally don't pay a lot of attention to the Brewers unless they're doing well. I mean, these are guys that, they sit around all year and talk about the Green Bay Packers. That's their only concern. It's Green Bay Packer football. Are starting to really say, hey, I caught a game the other day, and this is a good, exciting young team, and I'll watch all the games in 3 years when they're winning. That's a positive. I'm just saying. I'm making fun of some of you guys, and some of the guys are actually involved in sports media here in the state of Wisconsin. And so now they're, wait a minute, in 3 years we're going to have to start paying attention to the Milwaukee Brewers. We're going to take a short break. I'm just trying to start some problems here today. Let's go to a break. We'll do that, and then when we come back, we'll talk some more baseball. You're listening to The Big Show. We call it Brewtown Sports.
feet, clap your hands. You're part of the team sitting in the stands. Come see what's brewing. Come see what the good times are. Come see what the Brewers are doing. Come on and cheer a superstar. Be a believer in Brewer fever. It's fun to join in the cheering. Stomp your feet, clap your hands. You're part of the team sitting in the stands. Come catch the fever. The fever with brewing is for everyone. You'll be a believer in Brewer fever when you feel the excitement of the big home run. Stomping your feet, clapping your hands. You're part of the team sitting in the stands. Come see what's brewing. The Milwaukee Brewers. Come catch the fever. The fever with brewing is for everyone. You'll be a believer in Brewer fever when you feel the excitement of the big home run. Stomping your feet, clapping your hands. You're part of the team sitting in the stands. Come see what's brewing. The Milwaukee Brewers.
Hey, welcome back to the big show. We call it Brewtown Sports. Look for us on Twitter and Facebook. On Twitter, it's Brewtown Sports. On Facebook, it's Mr. Brewtown. You can also join the Facebook group. It's called True Blue Brew Crew. You can listen to the show at baseballtalkradio.com, Spreaker.com, Podomatic, Player FM, Stitcher, TuneIn, and iTunes.com, and the 405media.com, Super Live Talk, and Righteous Podcast. You can email the show at MrBrewtown78 at gmail.com, just like Deb in California, who emailed me the other day and said, hey, what do you think about Ryan Braun for Yasiel Pig? I'd take that trade. I seriously would. I would take the trade. I would take the trade to the Los Angeles Dodgers for Ryan Braun. I think Ryan Braun and his agent are behind any of the rumors that Ryan Braun is going to end up with the Los Angeles Dodgers. That's what I think. I have no evidence. I have no proof. I didn't talk to Ryan Braun. I didn't talk to his agent. I didn't talk to anybody who's ever met them, lived next to them, or even lived in the same state as them. But that's just my feeling that it's Ryan Braun and his agent and his people that are starting the rumors and trying to push it towards Los Angeles. I would take that trade. Yes, I know Yasiel Pig is kind of a disaster and he's got some problems and everything else, but Ryan Braun had problems too, and Yasiel Pig is better than nothing. I would rather go for top prospects because the Dodgers are loaded with the top prospects. So that's Deb in California who emailed the show. You can do that at MrBrewtown78 at gmail.com. Amaze your friends, and I'll read it right here on the big show. So there you go. Let's take a look at the standings. As we stand today in Major League Baseball, the Baltimore Orioles are off to a good start. They're 8-4. Boston's 9-5. The New York Yankees are 9-5. And I was one of them that had the Yankees actually having a losing season. They're off to a good start. Never count out the New York Yankees. All my years being on this earth, I've learned never count out the New York Yankees. The Tampa Bay Rays are 7-8. And Toronto's off to a terrible start. They're 2-11. They're not playing well. There's something wrong there. They need to look at it right now. If I was the owner of the Toronto Blue Jays, I'd be looking at what is the problem right now. You're 2-11. You're 6.5 games back. This is a tough division, ladies and gentlemen. They could turn it around. Toronto's got the talent. Maybe they'll turn it around. They've had some injuries, but you got to figure out what's going on right now, and you got to fix it before it's too late. Central Division, the Detroit Tigers are off to a good start. They're 8-5. The Chicago White Sox are good guys on the south side of Chicago are 7-6. Cleveland 7-7. Minnesota 7-7. And Kansas City. Nettie Yost's team is 6-7. Out west, it's the Houston Astros 9-5. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, California are 7-8. Oakland 6-8. Seattle 6-9. And Texas not off to a good start. They're okay. They're 5-9. National League. It's the Washington Nationals 8-5. Miami 8-6. Miami's playing good baseball right now. The New York Mets are 7-6.